Hello, welcome to another episode of Talking Rangers. Today is Tuesday, December 17th. This is Talking Rangers episode 49. Make sure to please like and subscribe. Another week down and another week full of struggles, a little bit of controversy, bad hockey. I think that's probably the best way we could put it. We've talked about this for weeks now about the struggles with this team. Rangers, since the last time we spoke, had a win over the Sabres, then lost to the Kings, lost to the Blues, back-to-back terrible losses over the weekend, including that Kings game coming at home where they completely no-showed on Saturday. And then Sunday, despite Cooley and Berard trying to carry the team over the finish line in the third period, could not get it done. So 15, 14, and 1. And just a little bit from now, they'll be in Nashville tonight to take on the Predators. Joe, this team stinks. I mean, we've talked about it a lot. But what are your thoughts?
I don't know. They're bad. I don't know. They, I feel like it's a broken record at this point. Like, this team's really bad. I mean, there's really no sugarcoating it or, no positives. They're just bad. I mean, in all aspects, coaching, general management, players, everything, top down. This whole organization's bad right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's no accountability from the coaching. There's, we'll get into what happened with Kakko. I mean, just the mismanagement of players, the not benching players, and just this lack of effort by this team. I don't know. There's no positives. I mean, it's a disaster. I feel like, for the most part, it's pretty much the same as far as what we've been saying for the last, maybe even a month, maybe more. But I don't know. There's really nothing else to say. This team's bad. They're not well coached. The structure of the team is bad. The mindset in the locker room is bad. I know they're frustrated. It sucks losing, but still, some of the stuff that these guys are saying and doing is unacceptable. And like I said, that comes from the top down. I still believe that Laviolette deserves to go. I mean, it's ridiculous if some of his decisions. It's not all his fault because the guys at the end of the day are out there playing and he can't, physically get them to play there. But I mean, when you're doing certain moves that just make no sense, and like the lack of accountability for your veteran guys who are not playing well, and then punishing younger guys who are playing well, doesn't sit well and doesn't make sense. But I don't know. This team is 500 now, NHL over 500 by one game. But I mean, I don't know. There's really nothing to say. They're bad. They get outplayed. I don't know. You could probably if you had $5 for every odd man rush they gave up in a game, you'd be like a millionaire by the end of the second period. Like, they're just so undisciplined. The system sucks. The effort sucks. The team sucks.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, when you go from the Eastern Conference Finals Game 6 last year, and then you come out this season and look good the first really 6 games or so. They were 5-0-1. They were looking really good. They had that huge win against Montreal, and since that point, or not really huge win because it's the Canadiens, but big win in terms of margin, 7-2. It feels like since that point everything's gone downhill slowly but surely. And then really that Oilers game when they lost, that was like the breaking point. After that game, it's just been all downhill. They no-showed in that Oilers game, and there's been so many other examples of that. That was the myth to that 5-game losing streak. He sent the memo out. Trouba traded, all this stuff. Yeah, it starts from the top down. Drury not addressing these things in the offseason, having a relatively quiet offseason and just running it back. Coach Peter, he's been regressing a lot this year from what we saw out of him last year, which was a pretty easy regular season. Some of his lineup decisions, his lack of accountability is just pathetic, to say the least. Like, we're so sick and tired of seeing the same guys out there on the ice doing the same things and not getting punished for it. And then, you mentioned Kakko, and that's kind of the biggest story of the day. Kakko feels like maybe the next domino to fall, right? They trade Trouba. If there was another guy to get traded, it might be Kakko. I know the memo that was sent out didn't necessarily have his name in there, but his comments today after getting scratched against the Blues, that was the first part of that, was just pathetic. This is a guy that has had a solid season. I admitted it, a couple weeks ago. I've been wrong about Kakko this year, I would say. He was definitely, maybe he was not as strong as he was earlier in the year, but he's still playing solid, and he's he's the furthest thing from this team's big problem. He's the furthest thing from guys like Mika, guys like Kreider, those guys, the way they're struggling. Kakko's nowhere even near that. I wouldn't even say he's struggling. He's having a solid season for what he's asked to do. 14 points so far this season. And then he gets scratched when guys like Kreider and Mika continue to play. And his comments today were super alarming. I've got a couple of them here. The first one was just about when he was asked if he was surprised. He said, I was surprised. Yeah, I know you got to do something as a coach when you're losing games, but I think it's just easy to pick a young guy and boot him out. That's how I feel, to be honest. He also said just about if he was going to talk to the Rangers, what they want from him and stuff like that. He said, I'm not going to do that. They're going to say if they have something to say, but I'm not going there. Just a lot of basically directly pointing the finger at Lavalette. And
what about, you get the quote where he was talking about like how he thought he was playing well and he just didn't understand.
yeah,
Like there was that one too.
yeah, I believe it might be this one. He said, yeah, for sure. I could say the same thing all the time. The whole team is playing kind of bad, and I get that you got to do something. I don't know. If I were the coach, I would do something also. I was surprised it was me at that point. Maybe that's the one.
Here, I got it. It's right here. He said this was him on getting benched. Like, or one of the other quotes was,
there's been older players that have been.
Well, this one where he said, haven't been on the ice for too many goals.
Oh
again.
yeah.
I haven't been the worst guy, but it was me out of the lineup. Like that.
Yeah.
That's an alarming quote where like he's pretty much calling out the coach saying, I have done my job, and there's other guys on the team that haven't done their job, but I'm still in the lineup. That's kind of a crazy thing to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it.
No.
It just doesn't make any sense. I agree with him. I 100% back him for calling out this team and coaching staff.
I give him a ton of credit too, because there's a lot of guys that I'm sure maybe on this team, especially some of the younger guys, especially a guy like Kakko, that I'm sure he's been holding this back for a while. I mean, heck, he was scratched again in the playoffs. This has been a guy
twice now in the playoffs. He was scratched by
exactly,
and Laviolette.
Yeah, two different coaches. Yet
in the games that they got eliminated too in the conference final, game 6.
Yeah, in big moments. Like this isn't like first round games. These are big moments, Eastern Conference final, stuff like that. But which is ultimately, I guess, what this franchise's ceiling is at this point, is just getting to the conference final and losing to some Florida team.
They should just trade him at this point. I mean,
no, yeah, and I think it would be right for both sides, because even Kakko, I think Johnny Lazarus had a tweet on it about quotes. He had a quote from Kakko that he asked him back in the summer when they started training camp about his relationship with Lavalette. And he was saying how they don't talk a ton, but, Kakko understands there's a lot of young players. There's a lot of guys to talk to. Like the relationship between the two clearly isn't very good.
Yeah.
If we're being honest, Laviolette came in here and basically gave him early last year like a 10-game tryout. And that was like it, it was, I don't know. It's just the whole treat, even going back to Glant, the way they used the young players, the way they just buried them at times, healthy scratch. It was just, it's not how you develop those guys. And there's clearly not a very good relationship between the two. He Laviolette spoke today as well about it. They also asked him about his job security, which he said, those are things I can't control. I've been in this a long time. There's always those conversations wherever you go, especially if you've been in it for a long time. My real concern, the main concern, is getting a win tonight, getting back on track, getting back into the playoff race. Those are things that we need to control and stay focused on. So he kind of just gave a normal coach speak answer there. But I don't know how you can lose tonight, have what Kakko is saying, and then not at least question his future, not even just fans, but more so, front office, Dolan, all those guys,
Yeah. I don't, it's just like, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, for me, like, I think it's beneficial if they move on from both of them. It sucks because I think Kakko, if you had given him the right opportunities, the right chances, he could have been a lot better player than what he turned out to be with this team. But I mean, I hope he goes to a good team, gets a lot of chances to play, and he's an easy player to root for. He seems a quiet guy, tries hard, does his job, and it's sad that it probably doesn't work out here, but he's a guy that wherever he goes, I hope he does the best. No ill will towards him, and it kind of sucks how his chances weren't really given to him for like an extended period of time. I feel like some chances were given, but the leashes were too short, and they were pretty tough on him. But it sucks, and I think for both parties, it's best to move on from him. And I don't know, the Rangers kind of dropped the ball with that because I think he could have been a better player.
Yeah. And two, even, Coach Peter at the end of the game said they needed fresh legs. Clearly that wasn't the case. It was
Yeah.
and that's another thing too that probably set him off, which I would be kind of set off as well. Basically, in a way, like lying or trying to cover up the reason you actually scratched him. Like the reason they've scratched him is because they're like they switched around the line, switched around, power play number 2. They keep switching things around, acting like it's gonna change something when it's not. You're just changing around. It's different pieces of it's different pieces that aren't playing well together. Like it's not all of a sudden going to click, but like that probably set Kakko off too. Like, no, you didn't scratch me. You're just afraid to scratch a guy like Mika. You're afraid to scratch a guy like Kreider. You're afraid to hold those guys accountable. And it's just annoying because those guys are sensitive. They don't want to,
I don't know. The thing is, dude, what they need to do is grow some balls and bench these guys and come out and say you're benching them, like Zibanejad and Kreider. And then it's a win-win, I think. Either one, he comes back, or whoever it is. Let's just say Zibanejad, you bench him, comes back, and he gets upset and lights a fire on him, starts playing better. Or he still complains, and eventually he wants to get out, and you trade him. I don't see any negative towards that, because if he can't turn around, I don't think this team can turn around. So throwing away the season, I don't think it's a big deal. If you're able to get Zibanejad or someone else to waive their no trade and get them out of here and start the rebuild, I think that's a positive. I just don't see how they're just letting these guys get away with terrible play and no accountability. I mean, baby steps, I guess, which is insane how it took this long for him to, go out of his way to, lower them on the lines, even though I think at this point where the team's not playing that well, like Zibanejad's, like the line number you're playing with, I don't care. I don't think that's that big of a demotion unless the team was fully, like you had like definitely like one really good line, two, like two, three. You can't see the Rangers' second line, right? Like the third line, right? It's probably been their best line. So there's not really the demotion can't really come off of who you're playing with. It comes off more so of ice time itself, and then eventually and hopefully it comes off of losing time on special teams. But finally, he was able to, make sure that Kreider and Zibanejad missed time. What's missed time in third period? What's crazy? What's the craziest part about that? It worked.
Yeah.
They literally are down 3-0, and they weren't playing, and then they come back, and then it's 3-2. Who would have thought?
And then they put them on the ice, empty net.
And yeah, it's Berard and Cooley. We don't want to win this game. Like you guys are playing way too well. We want to lose this game. We need to throw Zibanejad and Kreider out. We can't win. They couldn't win that game. I don't think Loveland wanted to win the game. He was like, you know what? These young guys got us back into the game. They're playing well. We need one more goal. I bench these veteran guys. They should get the ice time here. That set me off. I made a tweet about that. It actually got a lot of interaction and engagement with it. I mean, just it's ridiculous. I mean,
which tweet was that again?
Huh?
Which tweet was that again?
It was the one about the 6-on-5 tweet where.
Oh yeah.
They the young guys literally get you back into the game.
Yeah.
Right. Coley and Berard, who actually are skating hard, giving 100% effort, forechecking, retrieving pucks, hitting, and they're getting the ice time. They're playing a lot in that period, opposed to guys like Zibanejad and Kreider who don't do any of that. And you clearly saw he was trying to, take away ice time and kind of bench them. And then at the end of the game, when those guys literally get you back into the game, then you bench them. And then you put out guys who haven't been contributing at all that game, who you went out of your way to bench. Then you put them back 6-on-5. It makes no sense. I mean, that's just another reason why I don't want this guy to come back as coach. I think they got to fire him. I mean, there has to be a point in the season where they just bench these guys, not just for a period, for a whole game, and you just throw out your young guys. Cooley, play first power play. Berard, give him first power play. Lafreniere hasn't been great this year. He's been bad defensively. I mean, I think a lot of that is that, Panarin's not the best defensive player, and I think the coaching staff is letting these guys get away with that play. I still have a lot of faith in Lafreniere, but I think more ice time would be beneficial to him, especially power play. I mean, me, I've been the whole offseason, I've been saying they should have put him on the power play. I think
Yeah.
that was a huge mistake, not putting him on there, because I think his confidence level, his point total, everything would have went up, and I think Lafreniere would have been a lot better off right now if he was playing power play every time. Granted, they don't get a lot of power plays because the team never draws penalties,
No.
but like you got to play the young guys. You got to give them chances, and especially not only do I want the guys to get chances because they're young and you want to develop them, it's because the guys that are playing in front of them are terrible. It just makes no sense. No sense. It's ridiculous. I mean, They got to just say screw this. Put the young kids out there in the power play. Let the young kids kill penalties at this point. I don't care if Zibanejad and Kreider can kill a penalty. I don't care. Let Kakko kill penalties. Let Cooley kill penalties. Some of these guys are good penalty killers, and I think if they gave them more ice time, again, it would help them in the long run. Like Kakko and Cooley can kill penalties. Give them the ice time that Zibanejad and Kreider get. It's ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
absolutely ridiculous that these young guys are getting punished, and the veteran guys get the special teams. They get the 6-on-5 when they don't do anything the whole game on even straight. They don't do anything. It's ridiculous.
No, they don't. They don't do anything. And I mean, not even just for one game. I stretch of games, take them out and see if you can create a spark, see if you can get going. We were talking about it here in
multiple
the
games. Exactly.
yeah, and we were talking about it here off air, just about their schedule coming up. I mean, they're gonna get you throw Mika and these guys, these veterans struggling. They're gonna get destroyed against Dallas. They're gonna get smoked against Carolina. Forget about the Devils. You know, the Devils are one of the worst matchups for the Rangers. Just the way
Yeah, I mean, they
with their
can't defend the rush.
yeah,
The
exactly.
Rangers cannot defend speed or the rush.
Rush speed, exactly, 100%. The Devils, they're gonna get smoked. Florida, the Florida trip after the break, they're gonna get killed. Boston, the Capitals. Then they got the Blackhawks, which heck, anything's possible now because they lost to them at home. So who even knows if they win that game? That's how low it's got. I mean, who even knows if they win tonight against the worst team in the league? They lost to the worst team in the league last week. Now they're facing the worst team in the league this week. We're facing an 8-win Predators team. Who the heck even knows? I mean, we said it all fair. They'll probably win tonight, just like they did against the Sabres. It'll be like a crappy 3-2 win, and everybody will be like, "Oh, it's a good win, great," and then they'll get absolutely demolished against Dallas on Friday.
Yeah.
And then they'll get smoked on the Sunday, Monday back to back. And then we'll be right back to where we were after that Buffalo game where we got smoked against the Kings and the Blues. We'll be right back there going into the break. And unlike, some of these recent stretches where you get like a team like a Buffalo or a Nashville to pick up a win, you come out of the break and then you have Tampa and Florida. So it doesn't get any easier. It's just, I don't know, man. They need. I think the more and more, I think you watch this team, the more and more you realize they need like a complete overhaul.
Yeah.
Like many guys in this roster just need to go. Like Kreider, you need to move on from Kreider. I don't think Trocheck hasn't had a very good season. Unfortunately, he's been disappointing. They've already moved on, of course, from Trouba. You got to move on from Miller. Carrick is just a rental. Riley Smith's gone. Like there's Kaapo. Kakko's probably gone.
Yeah.
His future is not here.
Miller's probably gone. I think they're gonna trade Miller.
Yeah. Lindgren's gone. Ruido. I mean, you look at the D pairs right now. Just what they will need to do defensively. Like Lindgren's gonna be gone.
Realistically, how many like solid NHL defensemen are on this team?
Fox.
And he hasn't even been that good, but
No, he
yeah, I
hasn't
mean,
been
at the
that
very
good.
least, he's a solid NHL defenseman. That is worse.
Yeah.
Besides him, they have
Fox
none.
is the Fox is, he's certainly not had a very good year, but out of the rankings of who's like the biggest problems, Fox is down the bottom of the list.
I mean, dude, listen, they got Ruido, who's not an NHL defenseman.
Urho Vakanainen back tonight,
Vakanainen,
making his debut tonight.
He probably scored 2 goals tonight.
Maybe he's the spark we needed.
He's probably like an AHL level player.
Yeah,
Mancini's an AHL player. For as much as Jones has done good, most of his career has been down in the AHL. I mean, last year he didn't really play that much. I know he was on the roster the whole year, but the most of his playing time so far he hasn't really proved anything. I guess Schneider could be a solid NHL defenseman, so maybe you have 2. Miller sucks. Lindgren is not an NHL player right now. I mean,
Lindgren's done. He's just slow,
Mackey is
old.
literally a player. I mean, they don't have any defensemen.
No. No,
Nobody can score.
Mackey's like he's an older Rempe. He's a guy that can come in for a game or two, get into a fight,
Hey
and go
man,
back down.
maybe Rempe comes back up. Who the hell knows?
You know what?
I
I think
wouldn't be against that. I mean, who
yeah,
cares? At this point, just have him start running people. I don't care.
yeah. I think we talked about that either last episode or the episode before that, and I guess Connor Mackey kind of provided that against the Kings, and they still
Yeah,
lost.
but he can't really hit though as much as Rempe. Like Rempe will come in the forecheck and like
Yeah,
level
that's
someone.
true.
You know?
But even just to have Rempe come up, yeah, deliver a couple hits, maybe get into a fight, try and create a spark there. Obviously, getting into fights hasn't created a spark. I mean, I guess the Trouba fight in the Canadians, they
Oh
did
yeah,
win
we
that
barely beat
game.
the Canadians. Whoop de
Yeah,
doo.
but then it didn't. 2 days later, they got smoked by the
Oh,
Devils,
they
and then
got
he was
killed.
traded, so didn't
Absolutely
mean much.
killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was it because then he got traded the night of the day of that Pittsburgh game. But yeah, I mean, I want to be against Rempe coming up because it's like, why not play him? He's a younger player, just play him. I'd rather watch him right now than some of these other guys. And yeah, he can lay a hit. You're at least going to get maximum effort out of him. He's not going to provide much else. But at least you're going to get a guy that's going to bring some energy. He's going to bring a thumper. This team is so weak. Like they lack so much physicality, which has been a problem for a while, but I think it's even more so now because they just suck so bad. By the way, we've got some breaking MLB news. The Yankees just traded for Cody Bellinger.
Oh, well, at least someone in New York is doing something.
Man, I am loving this offseason for the Yankees.
You know what? For as much as people hate on the Yankees, they will never have. I mean, who knows? I'm not gonna say never, but like they're not gonna have. They don't have seasons like this where you can get frustrated into the team, but like besides 2023, like even their disappointing seasons, they'll still make the playoffs. They'll still make the big time moves.
So full trade, Bellinger and cash to the Yankees, and Cody Poteet goes to the Cubs.
That's it. Wow.
Yeah.
Poteet was solid, but he was never gonna. I don't think he was gonna pitch again. They had too many pitchers. Now look at this. They were able to get a lot of depth, and start trading pitching depth.
Yeah.
And we're talking. I guess we're talking Yanks podcast now.
Yeah. Yes. Credit to Brian Cashman, man. He's pivoted.
Imagine Joe and manager going out and making moves that improve your team.
Crazy.
I can't think of I don't even know. I don't know if that was possible.
No.
Did you?
Jury's got to take notes. Who knew? I don't know if the Rangers knew they could have done more than Sam Carrick this offseason and Riley Smith. I think they thought those were the only two moves they could make. So they've turned now Soto, and we'll get back to the Rangers here in a second. But with the Rangers being so bad, we can mix in baseball. I don't think the viewers really care. But the Yankees have now went from Soto to Devin Williams, Max Fried, Bellinger. So gotta like
all right.
what
Let's
you're
turn Trouba into Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and Nathan McKinnon.
seeing.
Hey, listen. You're
Kakko and Trouba into those guys. Yeah,
Euro Kakanani, whatever the hell his name is.
He's got some value. Let's see what he does tonight. He scores tonight.
He's scoring
He's a
tonight.
point per game player as a Ranger.
He's burying one tonight. Okay.
He probably will.
The Finns are going to come through for the Rangers tonight. Kakko scoring and Kakanani and Kakananian. How do you say his name? Kakananian. Am I even close with that?
Urho Vakanainen.
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 Oh,
Yeah.
I was like,
It's funny. I had to pull up one of his highlights to get that. When I did the YouTube short, I had to pull up. I looked up Urho Vakanainen on YouTube to see if I could find like a interview or something, and I found him scoring a goal against the Stars. Hey, he scored a goal against the Stars. Play the Stars on Friday.
Scoring tonight. I'm telling you, the Finns are coming through. Kakko and Urho. I'm just calling him Urho.
A warm-up game for Dallas on Friday.
Well, yeah, it's like a preseason game. They'll probably rest like Ottinger. He probably won't play. It's an easy win for them, but. No, yeah, I mean, it just shows you how some teams in the city, go out and make adjustments when they need to, and then Drury, which all talk, all bark, no bite.
Yeah.
I really think that this team really has nothing more to do now. It's just hopefully you can string some wins along, come the deadline should be interesting for this team. I'd say that, right? Like they could,
Yeah, you got to sell.
they could unload at the like when I mean unload, they could unload. Like I could even see them trading Panarin. I mean, you have a year, you have half of this season left, and then you have a year after that. Still, I think they get a lot for him. Lindgren gone. Hopefully, you can get like a 4th-round pick for him. Smith gone. Miller's gone. Kakko's gone. You're going to see a lot of these guys. The Rangers are going to have an AHL roster by the end of the year.
Yeah, which honestly, with as bad as it's been, I don't think that's
tank for Higgins. That James Higgins kid probably going to be the first pick. We got to think of like a slogan for that. What could like hack for Higgins? Maybe hack for Higgins.
That's sack for Higgins.
No, it's got to be like an alliteration. It's got to be like the same letter.
Yeah,
like suck for Sam.
Yeah, suck for Sam. Suck for Shadur.
Tank for Trevor.
Crash for Cam.
Lose for Lawrence.
Yeah, all those good ones.
Yeah.
What was the one for Bedard going around?
Bad for Bedard.
Bad for Bedard. Yeah, I guess that kind of sort of. That's not.
I don't know. The Rangers. Listen, the Rangers are going to the first overall pick this year. Listen, the Rangers are going to get the first pick, and then they're going to put him on the 3rd line and not give him any ice time. That's what's going to happen with the Rangers.
Oh, if they get the first pick,
it's like the meme. It's like the LeBron James meme. That's like all the lights meme, and it's going to be like the Rangers when it comes to destroying prospects.
Yeah. No, you're right. We should make that. We should put that up on the Twitter page.
The Rangers when I'll do that. I'll make one after this. The Rangers when it comes to ruining the prospects.
Yeah. Gabe Pro is going to be another one. You just know.
Yeah, Gabe Pro will play the NHL till he's like 30. I mean, they already ruined Brendan Hoffman. Fun. A little update on him though. He's starting to skate with Hartford. When he's ready to come up, or when he's ready to play, he's got to come up. He's got to come up right away. At least you can build his trade value and trade him. Whenever
I can't believe we're still talking about this guy.
when Brendan Hoffman is ready to go, give him like 1 or 2 Hartford games, and then he's coming up.
Yeah,
he's got to come up. If the Rangers are a serious organization, he's got to come up, see where they have out of him, and then trade him if they don't like him. So that's a little like update or like a breaking news. It's not breaking news, but because it happened a couple days ago. But it's just an update on him that he's starting to skate. I know he's hurt for the first couple months of the season. So like I said, I think you should give him a little bit of time. A couple games in Hartford, then he's got to come up. He's got to come right up. I mean, that like the Rangers just at this point, like I've given it up on the season. I know it's really early, but at the same time, you kind of have to see what the future is going to be like. And I think it's more essential to get your younger guys going. And they should have done this in 2019, 2020 with Lafreniere, with Kakko, with Krejcov. Like, remember Vitaly Krejcov? Like, what? Like they ruin all. They don't give these guys playing time. No. All these guys are disgruntled. They're on 3rd line. They're scratched. Like, you got to let the young guys play. And I get it. They were trying to go for it, and they fell short. But I mean, at this point, like Aaron's only got 1 year left after this. Zibanejad is a lost cause. He's going to suck for the next foreseeable future. They have to just really play the young guys.
Yeah. I agree. I'm just and I'm right with you. Like just on the whole season, like I'm so over this. We've gone to the point of Rangers hockey, which is so sad, but where you actually enjoy the days that they don't play. Like that's how bad it's been. Just because like the games suck, the team stinks. All you do is just get angry after the games. And the Blues game was so frustrating, and that leads me to the Blues game was especially frustrating for me. And I talked to you about this all fair with the stupid Gotham Sports app, and I wanted to put that out there on the web here, on the YouTube web or whatever you want to call it, the YouTube galaxy. Put it out there on the YouTube airwaves. But the Gotham Sports app is disgusting. It's pathetic.
I've heard a lot of people shit on it.
You go on the Apple store, whatever the heck they call it. It's got 1.3 out of 5 stars.
Really? Let me see.
Yeah, it's terrible. The app stinks, and I don't know. That's just to me. And I know I'm repeating everything I told you, but I'm repeating it here for the audience. And we can get to our goal scoring picks unless you have anything else.
Well, you could still use MSG Plus, right? Isn't that still a thing?
No, when you go on MSG Plus, like
It
I still
takes
have
you.
MSG. It
It
tells
takes you to
you,
Gotham Sports.
yeah, it tells you, oh, we've switched to Gotham Sports.
Yeah, look, it's a like, you probably can't see it, but
Yeah,
it's
look, and when I
1.3.
go on to, let's see,
Yeah, there you go. See, look,
see, if I go on to MSG, this is what I get. Oh, you got the 1.3 stars.
1.3 stars.
Yeah, if you go on to MSG, this is what you get.
Listen to this thing. It's as a people. Oh my god, this is like a paragraph. I don't know if I can read this all, but it says I bought the annual pass for MSG Plus before knowing they were moving to Gotham Sports. I've never had a single issue watching Knicks play. So this is a Knicks fan. Said that I'll just skim through it. Get black screens a lot. You said that happens, right?
Yep. Oh, it's
The,
terrible,
the
dude.
screen
I'm
complete.
not even joking. That Kings game, and I, you know how these call centers are. They're in the middle of like India. Like some of these people, they're not even in the States. They don't even know what they're doing. But I'm not even gonna lie. I called customer service twice this weekend. I called him on Saturday. I called him
That's
on
so
Saturday
funny.
because I was so fed up at the Kings game. And it backed me out. Like I have a Connect. I was telling you this, right? I have my computer. What I'm recording right now, I have the Gotham Sports on my computer. And the reason I have to do this because I don't get them on cable. I got Comcast, whatever the heck it is. MSG and Comcast has been on a contract dispute for like 3 years. They'll never get it figured out because both sides are just stupid. But either way, I had the game on the computer against the Kings. And in like the first intermission, it was like really lagging. It froze. It basically froze. Really, the whole first period was really, really choppy. It was really choppy. It would freeze for like 5 to 6 seconds. I could still hear the broadcast, but the screen was frozen. It was really bad. So I I was just so fed up. They were getting smoked. And I called up and basically just like, raged at the person on the
What
customer.
did the person say to you?
Oh, they were like, "Hello, we're Gotham Sports. What can we do for you or whatever?" And I was telling them how like the app stinks. I'm
You
always
just
having
rip
problems.
into them. Take all your frustration about the
Yeah,
Rangers.
yeah, and that's what I did. And part of it's like, it was some dude it's some like Indian call center I got. That's what
That
they
the part
all
doesn't
are.
even know like what MSG
Yeah.
is.
He doesn't even know what MSG is, and he doesn't even know who the Rangers are. And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm tired of paying $30 a month. The team stinks. They're getting crushed right now. He probably doesn't even know who the heck the Rangers are or what I'm
Yeah.
talking about, but I needed somebody to vent to, and then I hung up like after 30 seconds. And yes, on Sunday, I had to call up because I had a legitimate problem. It locked me out of my account. And now it says I have to renew every month. MSG Plus, I never had to do that. You get the monthly plan and you cancel anytime you want. So I canceled it after the postseason was over because I'm not going to pay for it in the summer when I'm not, I don't watch any of the shows on MSG. So it would be stupid for me to
Yeah.
pay $30 a month over an off season. So I canceled it. But like Gotham Sports now requires you to
Commit for a year.
like you have to renew every single month. It's stupid. Like MSG, you had the monthly plan and you just kept going. And then you canceled whenever you want. But if you didn't cancel, you just continued on the monthly plan. Gotham Sports, you've got to renew every single month. It's like, or it's just something like that. Or I don't know what it is, but I never had to renew with MSG Plus. MSG Plus was great. Never any lag, never any problems, never any black screens. All the games were crisp. This I'd be lucky. I get lucky if I get one good period at this point. And that's just where like being a New York sports fan, especially being a Rangers fan right now, it just sucks because you pay all this money to go to games. The team stinks. You pay $140 to watch the team lose. So you're wasting all that money. You pay $30 a month for those of you who don't have Comcast or don't have the games on cable or whatever you have, I know you say you have, well, you get the games, you just don't get TNT, right?
Yeah, I have like Fubu, but then I
Fubo.
use like HBO Max for TNT.
And it's like, and now I got to go tonight and before this game and renew it for a new $30 a month subscription. And it's just so frustrating. Like, they don't care about you. The Rangers don't even know I exist. And that's just, it's always what it's been as a fan. And we're both Jets fans, so we kind of understand it as well. Like, no return on your investment, how the owners just don't care about the fan base. The tickets are
Dude,
always
big game. We
ridiculous.
won, yo. We
Yeah,
won.
we did.
All right, woo.
We're back. But it's just so I don't know. It's just so everything about this season's been miserable.
Besides the baseball
Watching.
teams, all the New York teams suck.
Yeah, and we're sitting here in December, so and somehow the baseball teams are
You know what? The Knicks aren't that bad. The Knicks, I think, are
no,
solid.
the Knicks are solid. I'm just not a Knicks fan,
The
so
Knicks, the baseball teams are okay, pretty decent. I think they can
baseball
contend.
teams are having more success right now than any team
The
other
baseball
than
off
the Knicks
seasons, the
in the
baseball
off
off
season.
seasons for the
Yeah,
Mets and the Yankees have been more entertaining than the Rangers, the Islanders, the Nets, the
the
Jets, and the
Jets and the
Giants.
Giants aren't even they're not even they they're not even like in a category of like the Islanders and the Rangers. Like they are a different level of bad.
Yeah,
Like the Rangers and the Islanders are not as bad as the Jets. The Jets and the Giants belong in their own separate category. The Rangers Islanders stink. You know, the Nets stink. I mean, they're full on tanking. They traded Dennis Schroeder for nothing. I mean, they got 3 picks, I think, back, but that's just my rant. You know, and I told you I'm trying to thinking about going to the Devils game. And I know this is the Devils that are out that putting the tickets up there. And I know you look tonight, like if you want to go to the Predators game tonight, they're $21, but that's because
cheapest
the
ticket. Yeah, I
Predators.
saw that. $1 million.
Yeah,
That's
they're
crazy.
they're 8.
Nobody wants to go.
Yeah, because they're an 8-win Predators team, and the Rangers also aren't good. But the Devils tickets are like 130 plus fees. They're like 160 to sit in nosebleeds. It's just it sucks because everywhere you go, the tickets are outpriced. The team stinks. You get no return on your investment. You waste all this money, and they can't even come up with a competent streaming service for it. Like the Devils game, like I want to go, but do you really want to? You know they're not winning that game.
No,
There's a
they're gonna get
good
blown
chance
out.
that game's 3-0, 10 minutes in. So it's like, do you want to go and blow 160 and have them lose 6-1, or it's just like even the
Be
Flyers
miserable
game, I think I
watching.
got those tickets for like 100 or 90, I think it was, but still they lost. So I don't know. That was my rant at the end.
Dude, it's just
The off the field stuff, the off the ice stuff annoys me. The streaming services, first of all, $30 a month is stupid. But you know, if the service isn't even good, and that's another thing too. The guy comes on with me. He says, I was talking to him, and towards the end, he's like, when you renew, try our full year bundle, try our entire Gotham Sports bundle with Yes and MSG Plus included. $279.99 for the whole year.
maybe if they were good, you know, maybe if they were good, you could get past the shitty streaming service and be like, you know what, I'm annoyed at this. I'm paying for this, but the team's good.
And that's the whole thing too. Is like, I mean, I would never do that because, like I said, I get Yes on cable, so it's fine. I don't need to, you know, I get the Yankees and the Nets and all that stuff. I think the Liberty on there too, but I don't watch the WNBA. Either way, like that stuff's fine. So I wouldn't pay for that. But it's just like, oh, at the end, the guy, I was telling him how, you know, I was having problems and stuff, and now you're gonna offer me to pay all this money for a year for, I don't know, man. Just the fans. The fans are always here. Players come and go. Fans are always here. And it's just annoying when, especially an organization right now like the Rangers, where they have shown no urgency. You're blowing all this money. The team stinks. They show no urgency. The fans continue to show up. And it's just like one of those points where it's just frustrating because like they didn't make any moves in the offseason. That they're not playing well and they're not doing anything. Great. They traded Jacob Trouba. Wow. It's amazing. Should have been done in the offseason. They were 3 months too late on that. Now you've got the coach should be fired. You should be trading some of these core players, and they're not doing any of it. They're okay with this. It's all right. Everything's okay. Like Laviolette said.
At least we don't have to watch Keandre Miller anymore for the next couple weeks.
But like he said, we're focused on tonight. Just get the win tonight, beat the Predators, and everything's okay. Everything's all right in the world. Get back into the playoff race because I'm sure.
Listen, if they win tonight, I mean, that's a huge momentum push for them. I mean,
momentum boost.
That swing of momentum, they might never lose a game again if they win.
I mean,
tonight.
beating an 8-win team on the road is something that's tough to do.
Tough, you know, it's tough.
Not easy.
Tough. If they manage to win this game, to upset this team, because the Rangers are
especially, you know, if Mika has a good game, his confidence, like on the road.
Dude, if Mika buries an empty net, we might be back.
Yeah. Just to see one get through is huge for him.
Yeah, I mean, listen, dude, like we win this game.
I hate when announcers say that when they're like, "Oh, maybe this could be a start." Like I could shoot on an empty net and score. Like anytime anybody says, "Oh, an empty net goal is the start of something," it never is.
The only thing where I can really, I mean, any goal I kind of helps you besides an empty net, but
Yeah.
I think you really need a big goal in the game to get you going.
Yeah, to get
If you
you.
get a garbage time goal, I don't really think that helps. If you get a goal to take the lead or tie the game, like I think that can kind of give you like as a hockey player myself, as a known hockey player,
Future hockey
um,
player right here.
a adult or men's league all star. I'd say throughout my years of playing hockey, I feel like it's just like I think getting a big goal in a game can really get you going. Empty net goal doesn't do much, you know. Even a goal when you're up by like 5-0 doesn't do much either.
By the
More
way,
so, more so.
The game, you can buy an individual game on Gotham Sports, and this will tie back into our conversation in a second. You can buy the individual game on Gotham Sports for $10, which is a ripoff. If you think about it, $30 a month,
Eight
and you
hundred
can
twenty
buy,
dollars for the Rangers.
yeah, it's stupid. So, but I'd probably rather spend the $10 go to see the men's league game tonight than the $10 to go watch the Rangers. Because at least the men's league game, you're probably going to get some good hockey, right?
Yeah,
You're going to get some scoring. You're not going to get like the Sabres game where no team wants to win. There's going to be some action. The ice is going to be open. There's going to be space. There's going to be some plays. All right.
a lot of
That's what I
junk
expect.
guys.
So, I don't know. Hat trick maybe tonight.
I think Kakko, I think the Finns are going big games from the Finns tonight.
I think that
Kakko legacy game.
I think that transitioned us perfectly into our goal scoring picks. I'm assuming you're going with Kakko.
Yes, I'm taking Kakko. I'm putting my money on Kakko too.
You did actually do that, yeah.
$10 on Kakko.
I like the money you put on the Rangers winning.
$20 on the Rangers to win.
Yeah, I think they win tonight. Like I said, this is the exact. This feels like the Canadians game, Penguins game, and Sabres game, where they're going to be
get right game.
Yeah, exactly. The get right game against the crappy team.
Against the shittiest team in the NHL.
Yep.
I mean, wait, before I just want to say this before we go to wrap it up and go goal scores. The Rangers have been no one good this year, by the way. So that's just another thing that I don't think people realize. They've been nobody good.
No.
Just the Maple Leafs, I guess, if you consider them a really good team.
Yeah, that was a different time, though.
That was a different era of Rangers hockey.
That was like, God, that feels so. The opening night feels like ages ago.
But all right, so I'll go Kakko for tonight. But we can do the next 4 games, and that'll be the end of the break until the end of the break.
Yeah, that's good. Man, tonight goal scoring picks is getting so hard because there's just so much dead.
No Panarin.
Cooley, give me Cooley tonight.
Cooley, all right. I mean, he scored last game. I can see him scoring again.
Yeah.
So, all right, what do we got? The Stars. They're gonna get shut out by the Stars probably, but I don't know. We'll say that like I don't know. I guess Trocheck and Barry one. I'll go Trocheck.
I'll go actually Panarin. Well, he's still out, right? The day to day.
He'll probably be back against the Stars though.
He probably would be back.
I think he'll be. Yeah, if you want to do him, yeah.
Give me Laugh against the Stars.
I feel like we just do the same players every time now. It's like crazy that we don't even attempt to do like.
No, I'm not.
Well, there's a banned list. Zibanejad and Carter are banned.
Yeah,
they're banned until the foreseeable future.
I mean, Carolina could be a Kreider game. That was the last time he showed up.
What do we got? Carolina, Sunday afternoon. I hate those games, but are they at home for that game or are they on the road? I don't know. They're at the Garden.
Yeah, it's home and then Prudential on Monday.
I go Laughing there. I don't know.
I feel like this could be a Kreider game because, maybe.
All right, Kreider can come off the ban list, but this man gets banned. If you want, I'll approve it a Kreider.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna pick him though. I'll go. Jeez, there's just nobody. Jeez. We get a Riley Smith goal here.
Maybe Heedle.
Hey, I'll go Heedle. Give me Heedle. I was gonna go Heedle actually against Dallas, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna go Laugh instead.
I assume Panarin will be back, so I'll pick him against the Devils.
Yeah, I think I picked Panarin against the Devils last time. Jeez, Devils, I don't even know. Nobody might. There's definitely gonna be. If there was a game where the Rangers get shut out, it'd either probably be the Stars or the Devils. This Devils game screams like 4-5-1 again. Second half of a back-to-back right before the break.
Get absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, they're just gonna like limp into the break. They're gonna be losers of like 2 in a row. They're gonna win tonight, then they're gonna lose in Dallas. They're gonna get smoked against Carolina at home. This is gonna be like Quick's gonna be in net. He's gonna let up like nothing
40
against Quick,
goals.
but he's gonna let up like
Yeah.
3 goals in the first
Can't be
period, and they're gonna
taking on all those rushes, right?
it'd be like 2-on-1s everywhere, 3-on-1s. It's gonna be brutal. Devils, jeez. I'll go Trocheck against the Devils. Especially if I'm in attendance, actually. If I'm in attendance for this game, Trocheck scored against the Flyers. And I was in attendance.
Okay.
So if I'm in attendance, definitely Trocheck. So yeah, give me Trocheck. And if I'm not in attendance, I'm still gonna go him because I got no, and then we really got nothing else.
It's 10-8 right now, so we're creeping back up.
Yeah, I need a big week. 4 games, lots of ground that we can make up here.
The lead is closing in after I had a little bit of a good run there.
Yes.
So we'll see what happens with that. But I think I think I hold on here. I Kakko scoring like 3 tonight, so Kakko is definitely getting a hat trick. So it's gonna be a little rough for you because I don't think I like Cooley. I don't see him scoring in back-to-back games just because it's the Rangers. But Kakko's bearing like at least 3 tonight.
Yeah.
The bread man. That sucks that he's out tonight, but I think the lineup is a little bit changed, like we said. Panarin's still out. Kakko's come back in for Brzezinski. Thank God.
Yeah.
Brzezinski's awful. Mancini's out. Vakananian, I'm going to say that name wrong a million times. He's in, so relatively the same lineup. And then obviously Igor's back.
Don't worry, you'll know how to say his name soon here.
I mean, his name will be said a lot tonight.
Yeah.
He's gonna have a big game. Like I said, the
we need like a new version of like a Rempe, like a Rempe Linsanity run. We need that right now for this team, except somebody that's like scoring.
Vakanainen, and we'll score like 5
Yeah,
goals.
Vakanainen. We need somebody random like Vakanainen would be it. I mean, there's nobody random on this team. Like Sam Carrick's already been here.
He's been solid though, Sam Carrick.
Yeah, but like, I mean, I guess it could have been like, jeez, why is his name slipping me? Oh my god.
Who?
The guy that just got sent down. He got into the fight. Oh my god.
No one got sent down. Mackey? I don't think he got sent down.
Mackey.
He got sent down? Or he just got scratched?
I thought maybe he didn't.
Yeah.
Either way. I forgot his name. But it's Connor Mackey. He was slipping me. So, no, yeah, you're right. Mackey's just out. Or Mancini maybe to go on like a Linsanity run. We need that. But not like a Rempe Linsanity run where he's just fighting people. We need like a goal.
Yeah, how about Yak? Yeah, the guy actually fucking scores.
Yeah.
Like does something besides, just hit.
It's so sad where we've gone to where we're relying on like no names to try and just do random no names to just.
Hey, dude, we have one of the best AHL rosters on the NHL team. Okay.
Rangers hockey. If you put the Hartford roster on this up right now, they would play better.
Listen, dude, if you put the Rangers in the AHL right now, they could maybe win the Calder Cup. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. They get lucky.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous how bad this team is. How did we go from best team in the league, President's Trophy, conference final to this? What happened?
Nothing. Well, I mean that in really nothing. They didn't do enough. They haven't done anything. Like they're just keeping the same team. That's clearly not good enough. Well, a lot has gone wrong, I guess, inside the walls there. Like the coaches lost the locker room, it seems. The players aren't playing.
Sucks that happened.
It is crazy though. Last year's team was the perfect mix of like luck, a little bit of luck and skill.
Yeah, they were resilient too.
Yeah, resilient. This team just, my God.
This team has no resiliency, negative resiliency. If there was like a resilient, like skilled, like overall, like in a video game and like NHL, they would have like 4. It's ridiculous. I don't know. You got anything else?
No, I'm just getting mentally prepared to watch another crapshoot today. To say it nicely, I could say the other thing, but I won't.
You're too respectable.
Yes.
I'm not. This team sucks.
Yeah. I would say, the blank show, but
Shit show. I'll say it for you.
Yeah.
Shit show. There you go. We're not sponsored yet, so
yeah, crap show.
I can curse. Oh, whoa! Don't say that.
All those words, I think, directly describe this team. So if that'll do it, enjoy your holidays because we probably won't have an episode up. We'll probably have an episode up maybe like after Christmas because maybe Monday, maybe like
we'll see. We'll see how this team plays and see if they deserve an episode or not.
And obviously, if something does come out, because I do think there is really a chance that either Kakko gets traded or Coach Peter gets fired soon. If they lose tonight, I definitely think you might get news tomorrow about something. So if that happens, we'll obviously have an episode up, maybe even a live stream, depending on what we're doing at that time of the day. But yeah, stay tuned and thank you for watching.